Howdy Howlers, it's Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voigt, and I'm here today with the wonderful and fantabulous BC Brown Books as we wrote a book together, which we are calling Flambeau. And we're going to talk about our schedule and some marketing things, and yeah. So poor BC is recovering from her shot. So if she has to back out early, I am not offended. I appreciate that. I don't think any of our audience would be offended either.
Yeah, which is why I'll also be in, avatar mode for the night because death looks better than I do right now.
Yeah, I gotcha. No problemo. So,
but work and writing waits for no writer.
But work and writing waits for no writer. We are 6 months out from release.
We are. I'm excited.
I am too. Which I kind of went through month by month, like I did when we originally planned out our schedule.
Yes.
And it occurs to me that we didn't necessarily we have a month dedicated to readers, like beta readers and ARC readers and sensitivity readers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we have it set up for May,
which we're a little too close to.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a little tight. But I think June is open, so
yeah, we could totally bump it back to June. I think if I remember correctly, when we were thinking about that original project timeline, we were thinking about that month being buffered in there for June as we could move this around based on where we're at and how we need it.
And July/August, usually I reserve for Penzic, but there's no Penzic this year. So I'll be...
okay.
So we'll have most of July and most of August that we wouldn't have had otherwise. So July is our trailer and cover reveal. I was thinking possibly enlisting books by Adrian.
Good idea.
Because his trailers are boss and would fit our aesthetic so well. So,
I happen to agree. His trailers are amazing.
So I am probably going to message him beginning of end of June, beginning of July, and see how long something like that would take. I think he just throws a filter on some already existing at rotoscopes, basically. Mm-hmm. But I am not offended by that. So
no, neither am I. Not the way he puts them together.
Yeah, exactly. So and then August is pre-orders, and then September is release. Mm-hmm. Do we have a specific date in September that we want to aim for?
I don't think we had one specifically. It depends on how much lead up we're wanting to do. Let me see. Would probably
how much fluff we want to give regarding pre-orders and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let me look at
and maybe our ARC readers.
Yeah, I think I would like to give them at least. So I'd probably think about mid-month because there are 5 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, there are 5 almost full weeks in September.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because it starts on a Wednesday and ends on a Thursday.
Starts on a Wednesday and ends on a Thursday.
There are actually 5 full weeks in September, the way that it overlaps and works.
31 days in September?
Only 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah. So I think if we shot for sometime around now, this would depend on your take on whether it's better to release on a weekend or a weekday.
I like the idea of doing it on a weekend because if people are looking to party or, and possibly spend whatever, what's the word I'm looking for?
Paycheck money.
Well, paycheck money for sure, but extra money, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know after paycheck, I get a hole burning in my pocket too.
Yeah, I usually do too. So usually with my releases, I started to learn that releases, it was a good idea to release on either a late Thursday evening or an early Friday morning. And then that way you get the roll up to the weekend, because some people, just aren't on social media a lot on the weekend.
I think that's a great idea. And then I can extend the party, as it were, from like a Thursday to like a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a 4-day release instead of a 1-day release.
Yeah, typically what I do is, I do a soft release on a Thursday night, basically. Mm-hmm. And I do a real soft release on Friday.
Okay.
And then I start doing the hard release late Friday and into Saturday and Sunday, and kind of trickle off towards the end of Sunday a bit.
Right on. So weekend, we're looking at a Thursday through a Sunday. So Thursday would be soft. Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday.
Yeah, maybe part of Sunday. So if we're looking at that, and we're looking mid-month, and we're looking at about the 16th of September, that's the Thursday. Mm-hmm. So it'd be the 16th through the 19th.
16th through the 19th. Works for me.
Okay. And we still have a full Thursday through Sunday following that if we need to push it back, if we need to bump it by a week.
If we need to bump it, yeah. 16.
I also think that will be nice because I think it will give time for our overlap of writers and readers.
Yeah. Because
it's still going to be a couple of weeks out before Preptober.
Indeed.
And writers will be procrastinating. Yeah, so they're going to want to read rather than prep.
Well, reading is prepping.
Reading is prepping. It is. It is. It truly is. It gets your creative crap flowing, and it gets it gives you ideas if you're like running dry on the well and you're like, crap, what the hell am I going to write about?
Yeah.
And all that good junk. So
let's see. So this doesn't really apply to me because my audience is a bunch of role players, but for your books, how do your audience normally discover the books that they're going to read?
So in the past, it has been a good deal of me doing in-person events, which is extremely limited. Even with the vax and everything, a lot of events are still canceling or being digital for this year. So I have 0 book events lined up that I could even start pitching that, hey, there's a new thing coming. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to have to take a different approach with this one, because it's going to have to be far more digital. Where before I used to have more of a, I don't know, I'd say probably a 60, no, that's not even right. 65, 45 split, 70-30 split. Set, you know, the higher end being most of my in-person events and pushing whatever new was coming out.
Right on.
And the rest being, you know, digital. But I think it's going to have to be flipped because there are only a few events towards the end of the year that are saying they're going to consider being in-person events, but they're October, November, and December events. They're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I mean is good for right after, but it's good for right after the book comes out. But it's not going to be good leading up to and just, you know, pitching the frenzy for.
So September is also a small press expo around here.
Ooh, that's nice.
Which focuses on both literary and graphic novels.
Nice.
If they are doing it this year, and all of my other September stuff has already been canceled, I will put in for it and pimp out the book.
Sweet.
And that's in the beginning of September.
Okay. Yeah, so there are 2 cons, one at the end of October and one at the is it the beginning of December down here that focus on smaller presses and or indie published authors.
That's nice.
They're in slightly smaller communities, but they have, you know, pretty good attendance, and they actually have pretty consistent attendance. So they are, as far as I know, still scheduled to be in person, so I could do those as well. There is an in-person one in July. I've never gone to it as an author before. I've never tabled. I've just attended it as a fan. Yeah. And I'm not sure. The reason I've never attended it as and tabled it as an author is because no, actually it's not expensive at all. It's very reasonably priced. But my books are murder mysteries.
And so it's just the whole audiences.
Yeah. They could go over there. I just don't know how well they'd go over there. It's a horror convention. And so for me, they could go over, but I couldn't convince myself that it would be a large enough audience that might be interested versus to shell out the bucks for. Plus, I've always just enjoyed going as the occasional convention where I'm not tabling at, which is just nice.
I feel that in my heart. My heart.
My partner made the mistake. What was it, 3 years ago, I think, going with me to Phoenix Comic-Con, which is now called something completely different, but it is, for all intents and purposes, it is Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But he went with me, and I always table at Comic-Con. And I tried to explain to him in advance that I have 0 time to be a fan. And when I do have a window of time, I'm frantic, trying to see the things I want to see and get the things I want to get. And it's really whirlwind. And if he ever thought I was ADHD before, and manic ADHD before, he'd never seen me at a con where I was trying to both table and get time.
Yeah. Because
the other cons he's gone to with me in the past, I've been able to balance them.
Right.
They weren't as big a deal, but I have to hard hustle at Comic-Con to make back what I invest into it.
Right, of course.
Because it's just pricey.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was just you have 0 time. He's like, are we going to spend any time together at the convention? And I was like, no, we're pretty much not. Yeah. He's like, I love you, but I don't have time to see the things that you want to see and see the things that I want to see and spend time with you. I was like, it's 1 out of 3, and I'm gonna lean towards the crap I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, doll. It can be overwhelming, like going to conventions in person, especially if you're trying to juggle tabling and panels. If you're doing panels as well,
Yeah.
and be a fan and just enjoy yourself there, which most of us want to enjoy ourselves. It's not all about the business hustle.
Most of us, that's one of the reasons why it's good to go in a small team, like be it 2 people or 3 people, like where someone can hold down the fort while you go and like network and buy stuff and see a panel and host a panel and all of those things, right? So
yeah, I tend to co-table with other authors.
Co-table.
Like 2 or 3 of us will go together on the cost of the booth, the cost of promotional expenses, whether we do any like pre-marketing or things like that. And then we schedule ourselves out. And we have to know enough about each other's books and projects to be able to pitch. Like when somebody is lingering and we go, hey, what do you like to read?
Yeah.
And then they start saying, well, hey, I like to read murder mysteries. Well, I don't table with other murder mystery authors. I table with other genre authors.
Right.
So, like usually at Comic-Con, there's 6 of us that share a booth. And one guy does pretty much hardcore sci-fi and hardcore horror. I do, of course, paranormal, fantasy, murder mystery, and kind of cover some contemporary fiction now. Another guy, he does hardcore epic fantasy, like D&D, epic adventure fantasy. Actually, his books are based off of his campaigns, which are really fun.
Right on.
Another author, she kind of dabbles in a whole bunch of stuff. But mostly does a lot of like children's books and nonfiction, like how to do marketing and stuff for authors. And then another author, he handles YA LGBTQ. So we pretty much cover, with the exception we don't have a romance writer.
That's really interesting.
I know. We pretty much cover like the gamut of what can be like covered if we ask somebody, what do you like to read? And they go, well, I read
them. Yeah.
none of us do graphic novels, but and none of us write romance. But I'm the closest because they can always say, well, this has at least a romantic element to it, whereas most of their other ones don't.
Right.
But yeah, so we just kind of have a team and we schedule ourselves out and we make sure that somebody's covering the table and everybody knows what everybody's price points are, what everybody's deals are, and can pitch each other's books when somebody says, well, I like murder mysteries. And they go, okay, well, I don't really have what you need, but BC over here totally writes. I've sold, I don't know, hundreds of books for my friends at Comic-Con over the last few years, just because they're not looking for murder mysteries. They're looking for hardcore sci-fi or something like that.
Sure.
As long as we all make our money back on our table, that's all I care about.
I just want to break even. And breaking even got real hard during the recession, and it kind of like, I don't know, I kind of got out of it because it just wasn't paying out like it used to.
It did.
Yeah.
I went from 3 or 4 larger conventions a year to doing 10 to 12, like one large convention, and doing like probably 9 or 10 small, like very small. And they're conventions. They just happen to be much smaller in scale, less established. Sometimes they will, if you agree to advertise the crap out of the convention, they'll give you a table, they'll give you a table for advertising for them. I've negotiated that with like especially small. They're not small public libraries. They're like county seat public libraries. It's the home of the county's public library system. And they'll hold like an annual con that they'll do every year. And things like that. I'll do those, especially here in Arizona. Those are really big. I'll do those, and I'll just be like, look, you guys give me a table. I will not only advertise myself, I will advertise the whole con. Like other artists and things like that. Just send me the graphics and I will make sure they go out there. So I've done that in the past, and some of them have been like, yeah, that's cool, or they'll knock a percentage off the table.
Right. That's cool.
Yes, Queen of Spades, you are absolutely right. I think artists in general, creatives in general, musicians, dancers, regular visual artists, etc., authors.
Gotta change with the times, man.
We were hit very hard because we were so used to being able to press the flash and get in front of people and go, you want to read, you want to do stuff like this.
Yeah. Look at this pretty thing that you can possibly put on your wall. Yeah.
Look at this great, painting that I did, or listen to this amazing. You can't help but hear this amazing song playing over somewhere because they're who's up on stage, kind of a thing. So I think it really did hit a lot of us really hard. But most of us, I think, have been able to adapt well, at least seeing what other people are doing and following the same examples. I mean, I want to say more people adapted better, quicker. And then other people like me, I decided last year was just kind of some time off from hardcore marketing. I just was like, okay, I'm just not gonna, it's not worth it this year. One, we bought a house, so a lot of my extra cash for conventions was kind of going towards that instead. But a lot more of it was just, I'm going to put back money and do the best I can and kind of wait, which the whole idea of putting back money while you're trying to save a house is impossible. Or trying to buy a house and save money at the same time is impossible. But it allowed me to take time off, and it allowed me to do what I really wanted to do last year, which was focus on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So it was kind of for me, a bit of a blessing in disguise. It allowed me to take the year off, take care of some health issues, and do my YouTube channel.
I ran into a similar deal where I lost my job as a graphic novelist, and I had nothing better to do but to write, and that was at the beginning of Corona. So I was like, well, I can't go anywhere and I have nothing better to work on. So I guess I'll release this book that has been sitting on the back burner for forever. And using YouTube to document my journey.
Yeah. It made me reprioritize my writing a bit more too. I had book 3 in the Metaphysical Chronicles series that needed to come out forever. And I've been rewriting it, scrapping it, rewriting it, scrapping it, rewriting it, but never getting anywhere with it. I'd get to the same stage every time. And I realized that I didn't need to be rewriting it. I needed to be completely re-brainstorming it. I didn't go far enough back in the process. Yeah. But taking that time off, a couple of months just away from it, and not being distracted by prepping for this convention, manning this convention, post sales from a convention, follow up with networking from, I mean, I would have that every 3 months. I'd either be ramping up to, and they would all overlap. I'd either be ramping up to a convention, at a convention, or post sales / follow up networking from a convention. And a lot of those would overlap.
Yeah.
So it was really nice. It also just got me back in touch with, because on my channel, I was, creating videos on how to do certain writing, how to write. And so it got me back in touch with, hey, I used to use this and I got away from it. And why did I get away from it? It probably would be working for and helping me with my current book 3 problems, but so, and it was nice because I met lots of other writers and got more into, AuthorTube, and was like, oh, hey, these people have some great, very similar ways that they write, and I should be using parts of their methods. So it 2020 sucked and didn't suck at the same time.
You know, it was really good to me, but that's because I adapted like immediately. You know, um, a lot of people like got hurt by 2020 like really hard, but it was really good to me. You know,
I had lots of good that happened during the year. And I had lots of bad that happened during the year.
I did as well.
Yeah. So it was just kind of a matter of like weighing it against each other. It overall was not as terrible a year as it could have been if things had happened differently. The only thing that was terrible about the year was the stress of like world events, kind of a thing. That was what was terrible about it. Not like what actually directly happened to me, I guess.
Yeah, I got you. I had to stop watching the news.
I stopped watching, but I at least listened to the headlines every day from various sources, so I could pick what articles I wanted to go through and either listen to or read later. But I stopped watching.
Yeah. All right. So we are 6 months out. We're working on the editing. Book is with editor currently. What do we want to do about beta readers?
Well, so we know we had a few beta readers.
I know we had some art
ideas. Oh well, yeah, we had ARC readers.
But I don't know if they wanted the beta for us too, or
I usually try to keep
I try to keep them separate usually.
Okay, public I guess request. Who wants to beta?
Oh.
Who has time?
Who has time
to beta and wants
so
to beta?
Maybe I should make like a Google form or something like that so people can sign up.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea if we start there. I'll reach out to my betas that I have. Some of them have been following and some of them have not been following the process. It's in the same genres and veins that most of my betas are interested in. So we can both reach out to our lists that we have.
Awesome, Courtney.
Yay, Courtney.
Yay, Courtney.
We will get that
we'll get that form up and running by next week at least.
Yeah, and then that way we have it, and then that way we can give you an idea on when we'll be starting it. I don't know how you handle beta-ing Sako, but usually what I do is send one chapter at a time.
Because our thing is so short, when I betaed, I sent it to people who gamed, who were into White Wolf content, and people who weren't, in hopes that I could make both happy. And I did. But the woman that I selected who doesn't normally read that genre, she reads Slush, like no problem. And her developmental stuff like made Hope's Chest what it is. So like I have hopes that maybe she'll have time for Flambeau, I hope.
That'd be nice.
Possibly. Because
I do have a couple of betas that are just Johnny on the spot and have it back to me like a day later, like a because I send it usually chapter by chapter.
Okay.
But a couple of them, I know what they want, and I know they want it all at once. So maybe we put that on the form. How do you prefer to receive it?
How do you prefer to receive it?
Yeah, chapter by chapter or all at once, and then we could itemize out how we send it out that way. Because I mean, we do have it, so.
Oh, like I would say be clear about what you're offering. Because I don't want to like call, because I try to keep each of those readers separate. So like if you want to be a sensitivity reader, or you want to be a beta, or you want to be an ARC. Currently, we have you listed as an ARC.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
if
right
you
now,
want-
that's what we kind of, when we were brainstorming initially who we would reach out to for certain things, we had you down as like an ARC reader for us, like to be able to give
ages
us,
ago. Yeah.
yeah. Like we had definitely put Heather down as, obviously we were going to reach out to her for editing in general, but also we had her down for, beta reading. Then we have a couple others for sensitivity reading, kind of a thing.
Yeah. And I picked up a new sensitivity reader today who
Oh,
has
sweet.
Mexican background. So
Sweet. I lost one of my sensitivity readers, but I still have two others that are Mexican American and non-binary.
nice. Oh, hey, Adiga and HK. So good to see you guys.
Yes, thank you for everyone. I know we didn't have a chance. We like jumped right into it. We weren't like, hi
Yeah,
everybody.
I just, I've been like, my nose has been in this book for like a week now.
That is an amazing book.
It is great. The graphic designer in me is a little hurt, but like it's fine.
Well,
It's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, it has some issues like visually, but other than that, the content is,
the content is on point. The
Yeah.
content's on point.
Solid content.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Do you have it linked below so we can give her a shout out?
I should. I will adjust that when the stream is over.
Sweet. Okay.
Because it is StreamYard doesn't like me doing things while I'm streaming now for some reason.
It kicks people out. Yeah, all the time. Kicks people out.
Yeah.
Um,
This will be for Flambeau. So we need sensitivity reader for Mexican American and maybe someone from LA.
that would be good. If anybody is from LA or grew up in LA, that'd be good. Or was trapped there last year while we were all on lockdown.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Oh, yeah, Dalt. No, it's the project planner.
Yeah, the book launch planner.
That's
by Mandy Lynn, which yeah, it's like $35 for the thing, but honestly, $35 for a planner that will run me about 8 months to 6 months. I thought it was worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's a little higher on the price point, but it is worth it. And if you're kind of prudent with it, then you can use it for multiple projects.
If you're prudent with it. I did make it only halfway in, so there's a possibility I could use it for a second project. But because of all the content in the front, I think I would just buy a new book.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It depends on how many projects a year, I guess, you're gonna do as to if you have how many books.
Yeah. If you're doing fast release or whatever.
Yeah, it could definitely be a lot more difficult for rapid release.
Yeah. So she did this book in 2020, and I think she released it before the pandemic.
I think it was early. Yeah, I think it came out early last year. I remember seeing her plug it, or it came out very late, very, very late, 2019.
Yeah, exactly. Because she mentions the book release party being in person or online, and it mostly focuses on it being in person and talking to bookstores and all of that stuff. And I'm like,
How to really do that? I mean, it's only
do that.
bookstores are only just now starting to like open up the option of even being able to contact them for in-person events.
Yeah. No kidding.
Because I just got a follow-up from some of the Barnes and Nobles that I've done around Arizona, and also back home, because they still email me periodically. And yeah, they're all saying like, we plan on opening our store for in-person events coming up within the next couple of months, TBD due to vaccination, timelines, etc. But they're only just starting to reach out again to people who have done them.
Are we doing newsletters?
I am terrible at newsletters. I'm lucky if people on my newsletter subscription list get 2 or 3 of them a year. Because their newsletters are the bane of my existence. They have been, whether it's been for myself or it's been doing marketing for other people. I hate them. I hate receiving them.
Yeah.
I get that to a point, like they are necessary, but I hate getting them monthly. So I went down to deciding that they only need to come out a couple times a year from me. Nobody's received anything from me in a while for newsletters. I could send out a newsletter and like, hey, got a new thing getting ready to drop. I'd probably do it closer to July and give it a 2-month ramp up for newsletter.
Yeah, maybe. She has the thing where you do a newsletter a month, and I don't know if we're gonna be going that far.
Yeah, it's a bit much for me. I think I glossed over that in my last one.
I might do some social media posts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
I mean,
not a full. Maybe like a blog post or something like that, and then post that to Facebook or something. Twitter.
Oh yeah, I'll social media the crap out of stuff. But I use Twitter as it was designed as like a little micro blog. So I use it for that purpose. And it's usually how all my big stuff gets announced and sent out. I'm not like, got a new newsletter full of fun stuff. That's just an extra step I don't think people should have to take. Just like, if you're already on my newsletter, then you already know this shit because I sent it out like 2 weeks before I started tweeting about it. But if you're not on my newsletter, here it is 2 weeks later. If you want to be in the know sooner, then do my newsletter. If you don't.
Oh, Adega just confessed that they grew up in the LA region.
30 miles is like spitting distance, like in a major metro area. Like 30 miles anywhere in LA or here, like here in Phoenix, is still Phoenix.
Yeah. Same here in DC.
Yeah, 30 miles.
I'm 20 miles away, and I just consider myself DC.
Yeah, pretty much. Only you get the benefit of living in an actual state.
Yeah. Indeed. Hi, Mint Ghost. Oh, I should say hi to people.
Yeah, we're bad about that on this one.
Gosh. Mama Maggie just popped in on my Discord, which I'm super happy about. I will give a proper hello here pretty soon. Carrie is glad that you got your shot, BC, but can totally understand feeling crappy.
Yep.
Yay, book release. Yay, book release. And
yeah, so the important thing of why Sako and I are talking about, because she mentioned earlier that we're 6 months out from a release date, is because you really should start with your marketing plan and start ramping up to your marketing 6 months out for projects.
Yeah.
You need to know kind of what your timeline is and when you'll be doing things. This is also like usually month 6 prior to releasing, like actually releasing a book,
Yeah.
is like when you start going, okay, here are my contacts I have, and here's where I need to go and get contact information for certain things. Yay, Mint Ghost, glad you could join the Discord.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, definitely hi, Doll. Hi, Jennifer. Always lovely to see you. Doll respects us for attending in-person conventions because it's not a thing I suspect Doll would be able to do.
It can be overwhelming. It really can be overwhelming. Yeah, as a charismatic introvert, which is my way of saying that I can turn on the charm and the energy as I need it, but I prefer not to have to.
Right.
It takes a lot of gearing myself up, like energy level wise, and psyching myself up mentally to get through a convention. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, just be like,
you're out for weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to take like an amount of time off afterwards where I don't even do like follow-ups and like stuff like that. Like everybody the next day gets, everybody the next day gets, hey, loved meeting you. We'll follow up with you soon. Hope you got home safe, kind of a thing. But then like the week after that is like nothing. I just sleep and eat and recharge and do whatever it is that I require is recharging me that week.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Hey, Queen of Spades. Always awesome seeing you. Carrie's talking about possibly doing Cleveland Comic-Con here in the future to market their book.
Comic-Cons are crazy, but they are so much fun and they are a lot of exposure.
They are a lot of exposure.
Especially if you're, crazy and weird like I am, and when nobody's coming to your table, you stand on top of your table and shout at people and do weird things like do handstands.
Yeah. Pretty much. Courtney talking about possibly having plenty of time to beta. Hooray, hooray. Urban fantasy, mystery, thriller, question mark?
Yeah. With a touch of social commentary.
That's social commentary. That's pretty much how I have been not marketing it, but getting ready to market it as such things.
I'm glad you like that, Mint Ghost. Charismatic introvert. It took me forever. Nobody believed me for years and years. They were like, you are not an introvert. And
I call myself an omnivert.
Yeah, I was like, I am very much an introvert because even when I'm on, even when the energy is switched on and I'm entertaining and lively and whatever, I'm wishing I'm at home by myself. So it still makes me a total introvert. But yeah, I can flip the switch and turn it on as I need it, provided I've been good to myself and, like actually have the energy in reserve.
Right. HK was here, is here, question mark. I was there for most of your stream as well. Good evening. Good evening. Been burying my nose in a lovely book called The Art of Political Warfare as a research project. Cool.
Fun.
Adega talking about being from LA. Mint Ghost popping in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've been chatting for a while. We haven't done a sprint yet either.
We haven't done the sprint yet, yeah. And we're 45 minutes in. I guess it's going to be a chatty chat.
We're terrible tonight, everybody.
Yeah, you're probably not going to have time. Your release is coming up real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, you're within 6 months of your release, so.
Yeah. Doll kicking ass at her newsletters.
I applaud you, doll.
Eddie popped in, just like, you know, I am drinking what she is serving, man. Like
I know.
her channel just like,
I know, love it.
I love it. I love it. Just picking up Donna from dance and wanted to say, hey, yeah. Hi, Christina. And Mama Ward had to go because the youngest is turning 16, so kind of a big deal. Sweet 16, it's a thing. Just got the cockadoodle notification. That's great.
I like that it's a cockadoodie notification.
Yeah, this just describes me to a T. Oh my gosh. I keep skipping. I already get long rest required after online stuff like streams, yeah. Me too, actually.
Takes energy.
The cone of shame. Oh, yeah. So Rooster got his balls snipped today. And
poor DB.
Poor little pupper. People say that to me too. It's exhausting to talk to people, but I can do it. Yeah.
I can be energized in the moment of while I'm doing it,
and then when everything's done,
and then get something out of it. Yeah, like I can get something out of it while it's going on, but once it's done, I'm not just like charged afterwards. My partner, he is a true extrovert. The more energy people feeds him, he just grows with the more energy people feeds him and the more energy that he has, and it's crazy to me.
Every time someone mentions that I'm 6 months out from releasing my debut novel, all the color drains from my face and I start getting panicky. That's normal, right? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Very.
Yeah, it is.
Very normal.
Jennifer, I have, 6, 7 novels, whatever. And I still panic 6 months out.
I'm in the, about a week ago, I was like, oh
Holy
God.
crap.
Oh my
Holy
God.
crap.
I'll have to talk to you about the KDP thing and all the.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to discuss KDP, Ingram.
Are we going through a label?
Not exclusive.
Are we self doing it? Like, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't given that. I haven't given it like that much thought.
We can deal with that like next week or the week after or something.
Yeah. Good, Debbie. I'm glad you've been writing the whole time because we have not.
Yeah, because we have not been. At least we're talking about book things.
Yeah. We're not, just going on about our floofer cats or anything tonight. We're just.
Okay. Cool. Marketing and stuff like that, I feel like we can do 3 months out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
like
usually
writing the blurb and all of that.
That's usually about when I kick it off. Month 4 is usually when I sit down and I write the blurb out and go over it and hash it out and do all of that stuff and kind of start creating the graphics. Just start creating them.
Yeah, I've already started working on the cover.
Of course. You're a graphic designer. First of all, I'm not going to keep you away from the art thing for very long. And secondly, I do that when I'm trying to find inspiration to write sometimes. So, but I've just been letting you do it because graphic designer versus I tinker.
Yeah. I might show them off. Do you mind terribly if I show off what
Show
the
off.
sketches that I've done?
Show off. Totally show off. Do I mind terribly? That is just. It was very polite and completely unnecessary.
All my designs. Flambeau book covers.
It's totally cool, Jennifer, to be scared shitless and excited at the same time about your release coming up in 6 months.
Yes, absolutely. All right, share my screen. Yes, for my debut, I was baffled. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. Well, that's not true. I knew exactly what I was doing. I just didn't realize, like, what kind of audience I was diving into.
Yeah. There's that. There's the uncertainty principle of it. Then there's also wait until y'all decide to switch genre and release something in a different genre to a different audience than you've done before. My contemporary fiction, I have been absolutely, I was absolutely scared, completely shitless, because I was like, great, I've been paranormal up till now, and now I'm releasing this contemporary fiction / women's fiction slice of life thing, and like it was well received, but I was like, I'm gonna alienate people, you know, kind of crazy for that. But oh god, that is so pretty, Sako.
And then,
check it out, y'all.
And the tagline is really just like
Placeholder.
a placeholder. Yeah.
It's not, no, Christina, it's not a cover reveal per se. It's
a bunch of sketches.
Yeah, we're just we're playing with
Canva.
And letting, you know, Sako get her artistic rocks off.
Indeed.
I like this is a tagline.
This is a tagline.
I do that a lot. I'm like, this is where we put a blurb.
Yep.
I have to admit, I kind of like that. As much as I love having Daisaku and how beautifully you've represented him, I kind of liked just the flames and the bars.
I really like it too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of dig it.
Like Bret Easton Ellis, Chuck Palahniuk feel to it. Like almost a very Bukowski kind of feel to it versus like the urban fantasy, which I would totally I would gravitate to, but I caution every writer who is listening that plans on publishing, you have to play to the market and the strengths of the market too.
Exactly. And so what's killing me is, like, if you look up urban fantasy, right? I don't want to be I don't want to be on the same shelf as a lot of those books.
I know, it kills me too. Like, that's, you know, it kills me too.
Yeah.
Hey, Sako, I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you very much. I did them last week, I think. And this is not a cover reveal. This is just me showing off my word. Get those rocks off, Your Majesty. Gee, thanks.
Yes, your art does seriously kick ass. I have to say that. That's for sure.
Thank you. Cats are the worst people. I disagree. Cats are awesome people.
Cats are awesome people, but they just happen to be assholes. They're the ones that we love. No, but yeah, what we were saying before about the whole cover art for genres can change, but it changes with the speed of an ice age.
Yeah, it really does.
The taste and the trends eventually do evolve. You can see it if you look back over, you can see it really well if you look back over, if you look back over science fiction over the decades. Like science fiction, I feel has had the most development cover art wise over the years. The only way you get cover art to evolve is, well, one, it involves with artistic choices and styling and generational likes and things like that.
Sure.
But the only way you get cover art as a writer to evolve is kind of by pushing the envelope in different directions. And I want to push the hell out of the urban fantasy cover art because I'm just like, okay, if I get one more badass looking chick in leather on a cover with a sword, flames in the background, or some type of aura, I'm going to scream.
Or standing in a cemetery.
Standing in a cemetery or in the ruins of some city, I'm going to scream.
Yeah.
Which is why with my cover art for A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Madness, I did not put a person on a cover. I put hands, like the shadow of hands, because the book is about a psychometric.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a person, I put the character on the cover, but I didn't put a person standing there. I just put, hey, here are the hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the abstract concept of the book kind of a thing.
Like
but
a normal fiction book.
Yeah. Has it hurt my sales? It may have. I don't know.
Maybe.
But also I don't care because, I like. So Mint Ghost liked the kind of desaturated one of the man cover the best.
Cool.
That gives us, But also the flames one is nice too.
Yeah. Me in a sexy leather outfit, wielding a sword surrounded by flames in a cemetery. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That is amazing cosplay.
Yeah.
It's just it's overusage on urban fantasy covers is so
nauseum.
Yeah. Which is also why for my books I tend to not classify them as urban fantasy. They are paranormal mysteries.
Yeah.
One, because the mystery in them is the big thing. But two, also because I don't have, but for Flambeau, it's very much an urban fantasy.
Very much so.
And we didn't set out to make it that way. It just kind of
turned out that way.
Yeah, brainstorming just kind of turned out that way.
I like the flames the best, I think, but all of them are gorgeous. Oh, gee, thanks, you guys.
I know. I really like. I do like the concept of if we were to do the cover art of just the flames and to push that envelope a little bit, then character concept art to go with the book would be awesome. So we still get to use the beautiful Daisaku rendering.
Maybe as like posters or social media posts that are like poster children for the release and whatnot.
Yeah, like having a quote excerpt laid over the top of each character piece of art, like it's a quote Daisaku said during the story or whatever, and a quote just
I guess I should do one of Justicia. That'd probably be wise.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And one of St. Todd.
Yeah, St. Todd would be good too. I think just for fun, Kyler would be fun.
Kyler would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Just for fun.
I have a really strong idea of what Kyler looks like in my head.
I do too.
So I'm a little afraid of trying to look for reference, but it would be so fun.
So for me, Kyler is a weird cross between the Bitches Back Elton John style, David Bowie, very Ziggy Stardust, and also Benicio del Toro from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like as the collector, like
As the
Kyler is this conglomeration of the three of those characters. Like very very much how Elton acted, like Elton's personality during the Bitches Back years, and very much the aesthetic and weird awkwardness of the aesthetic of Ziggy and the weird awkwardness of the collector from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I don't know. That's just me though. It's hard to pinpoint Kyler.
Yeah.
They are difficult.
I kind of picture like kind of thin.
Oh, very.
And then usually wears oversized sunglasses to hide the bruises and stuff on their face. And if they were to smoke cigarettes, they would use an extender, like the longer stick.
Oh, very, very Breakfast at Tiffany's style, yeah. Yeah, see, the thinness is what I was going with from Bowie, from the Stardust years. Very thin, very androgynous. And like the oversized sunglasses is Elton's, Bitches Back, very much Elton.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, very, very elaborate with everything else, very deliberate and elaborate, but a mishmash of decades and eras worth of style, like glam, but at the same time punk.
Oh, when you did my character art, did you look for inspiration anywhere? No, I did not. Yeah, I drew them just what you sent in your brief. I did not use reference. I did not use reference for any of that stuff I did that day.
No, yeah, that was pure Sacco.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I'll do the thing, but it's not going to be good.
They were still good. They were good.
I appreciate that. Do we want to do a sprint? Or do we want to continue chatting or do we end it an hour early? Or I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we leave it up to the chat a little bit. I'm probably going to pop off here very shortly because I'm starting to feel that.
Zonky.
Yeah, that zonkiness. But I'm enjoying the conversation too. I hate when that happens, when my energy and I'm not feeling well starts to flag, but I'm enjoying a conversation.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
yeah. So if you got I don't get why it keeps going out and then keeps coming back and then keeps going out.
I don't know. Like if it's motion activated, but
It
you're
is
so far away. It shouldn't be
far
activated.
away, and sometimes I have to be like.
It's okay. It keeps it interesting in the background.
I was looking on Pinterest for inspiration, and I found actual people that look exactly like what you drew. Oh, really?
That's cool.
That's cool.
I've done that. Like, so some of the things that I've not that I'm good at drawing, but I'm okay at it. When I've drawn something and then I've just been scrolling Pinterest later and I'm like, that kind of looks like, hey, that looks like almost exactly what I drew.
Yeah. Completely by accident.
It's further proof that none of us are really original, that there's
Infinite variety.
Indeed. Indeed. So we leave it up to you guys. Do we continue to chat? Do we end it an hour early? Do we do sprints? What
Do you want
guys
us to ramble more about our marketing
plan?
ideas?
Because we can do that too. Like the elevator pitch. I don't even.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into our one line, one breath pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is yeah, like I mentioned earlier. Hey, Kitty. Which I mentioned earlier is that usually that's what I'm coming up with when I do my blurb in like month 4.
Yeah.
Start really distilling down the back cover
Copy.
and that copy, and then also the one breath pitch, the 2-line, the 3-line.
No, we don't have our blurb yet. We probably will do our blurb in a couple of months.
Yeah. The blurb kind of for me has to wait until at least after the developmental edits. Because they may find some big gaping plot hole that wasn't addressed, that needs to be addressed, and then that will have to be in the blurb. So somehow alluded to, at least usually.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah, writing the blurb now would be preemptive.
Yeah. Which is why we didn't put a lot of effort into the tagline yet.
Because that might change depending on what the developmental editor says.
Yeah. We've tinkered with a couple of ideas, but they were just instantaneous what came to our brain when we said we should start thinking about taglines. So since they are the first thought instantaneous, they are probably utter garbage.
Yep. Absolutely. But you know what? Garbage placeholders are better than nothing.
Better than nothing. They're also seeds for leading you in the right direction, or leading you,
absolutely.
or telling you which direction you don't want to go in.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, nobody is answering.
Yeah. Do you guys want to sprint? Do you guys want us to ramble on longer, or do you want us to end a little early?
If you liked this video at any point,
give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, I vote that we knock this guy down early. Because I feel like we got done a good chunk, and next week or the week after we could do another chunk, and it'll be good.
Oh, we got 2
now
votes.
We got stuff.
We got 2 votes. Kitty says to sprint, and Jennifer says to either ramble or sprint.
Okay, so sprinting it is. All right.
We'll do a little sprint. We'll do a little sprint, and then I'll hang out during a sprint, and then maybe if I eat a little something, it'll perk me back up. But I doubt it because it hasn't done that.
Yeah, I got you.
But if it doesn't perk me back out, I'll probably bow out after the sprint a little early.
I don't blame you.
Mint Ghost also says ramble or sprint.
Ramble or sprint. Well, we shall ramble. Ticketa.
Oh yeah, my partner's home. Can you tell?
I finally crested 400.
Did you? I am so jealous right now. I have been trying to get up over the 400 mark forever.
Me too.
Happy
dance. Now I got to do a party.
Yeah, now you got to do a party.
Yeah. All right, content. Come on. Where do I find my playlists? I don't even remember. I want to find my playlists.
So we have a sprinty timer option.
Indeed. Library. Playlists. Sprint timers. Da, 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 da. Share the screen. Oh, no, that is not sharing the screen at all. It's the opposite of that.
That's not sharing any screen.
All right.
There we go. Pretty.
Da, 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 da. Oh, and then it starts. So there you
Great.
have it. Let us sprint.
Sprint.
Oh. That was our first sprint after an hour. Oh, okay. It's my cat like sharpening his claws on the thing that he's supposed to be sharpening his claws on. I didn't recognize the sound because he never sharpens his claws on the damn thing. All right. So how was that sprint for you guys? Oh, Key's got to go because the back is bitching big time. So got to go lay down for a while. Take care of yourself, Key. I hope to see more of you here in the near future. I smoked a cigarette and then I came back and I got a drink and
Hi, I'm back. Sorry.
oh, no worries. Sorry, the man groan kind of like spooked me for a second.
Yeah, that was the roommate came in like right as the timer went off, and I was like, crap. But he was coming in just to let us know that one of the Forever Homes people is going to come and pick up their kitten tonight.
Oh, yay.
So we'll be down to 2 after tonight. And then
Yay.
somebody's coming next week to pick up another one. And then I don't know about the last one, but but yeah, of course he was like having to like, he always makes so much noise. I love our roommate, but he's very loud and he just is noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty's beta reading, which is funny because we were just talking about beta reading.
Mm-hmm.
Almost through the prologue of this assignment. Oh, Kitty! Oh, Kitty! Where's now? Now!
Spot's very upset that so the cats aren't really allowed in the office anymore because they jump around too much, and we have too many. Right now we're trying to propagate some plants, so we've got them up in the window sills, trying to like get them as much light as possible. The cats like to sit in the window sills, so the
plants would.
Yeah, we would lose them very quickly. So the only one that's allowed in here is my Void because he's so chill and he doesn't really want in the windows very often. And he's not I'm going to knock this shit off kind of a jerk. He's got other cat jerk
behaviors.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. I'm just going to knock this off because I can behavior. But so he's the only one allowed in here. And so Spot is at the door, livid with me.
Oh, poor Spot. Spot's just going to have to take it.
He is. And he's just feeling left out because normally he's the only one that gets to hang out with me in the office because he's usually so chill.
Right.
And, but he has to be in the windows. And right now they just can't be.
Got 3:43 for the stream. I think you're done for the night, especially since your brain won't go any further.
Yeah, if the brain won't go any further, you can't make it.
Can't make it. Yeah.
Like I went and got something to eat. It did perk me up just a little bit. It perked me up mostly because it's comfort food. I made 2 giant batches of shepherd's pie last night.
Oh.
So that because I was feeling like crap. So that way I don't have to cook for nights on end. But yeah, since it's all comfort food.
Yes.
Like it did make me feel a little better. It just won't make me feel better for long. So, yeah. But I did get a couple of words on a script. I got like 30 words on a script, which is
nice.
Good because my scripts only have they're really only just notes.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh. So I'm gonna ramble about something and what that something is gonna be.
Yeah.
Excited. Yeah. So, I guess we could talk about marketing things. So, probably the 3-month mark, I'll put together like media kit things that we can send around to like blogs and reviewers and stuff like that. Because I love making media kits. They make
Oh
my-
yeah,
they make
I
my
really
graphic designer, marketer person like super happy.
yeah. I actually do like. I like designing media kits too.
Yeah.
I do them for a lot of my friends who aren't as heavy on the marketing know-how side of
Right.
things.
Yeah.
Like they're great in person. They're great at like pressing the flesh and like
Mhm.
they're just not as good about putting together like a cohesive marketing
Kit.
media package.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I put them together usually for them, like for each project that they have, just as like a hey, I need to take an hour or two out of my day, and I can put together a really rough one for you, and then you can flesh it out from there.
Right on.
They make me happy.
They make me happy. They're not for me, I know, but they fulfill a need in my person to make marketing items
Yeah, collateral.
collateral. Yeah.
They're so like media kits, general PR stuff like writing press releases and bios and things like that. I really love doing. Like if
Awesome.
I could get a marketing job that was solely that kind of work, like it's ad copy, but it's not ad copy at the same time. I just don't want all the other copy work that goes with the copywriting that goes with it. I just want that select copywriting.
Yeah, I gotcha. Which is, it's kind of funny. Like, I love doing graphic design for other authors. Like, I just love it. And I never thought like that I would be formatting books for fun.
Definitely not for fun.
Like, because when I was in college, that was the worst. Like, I was like, if I ever get a job formatting books, I will want to kill myself. No, I'm never doing that for a living. Absolutely not. And what am I doing?
Format books.
I format books.
I actually plugged you the other day about that.
Oh, yeah?
I don't even remember. I think it was, God, was it Lisa's stream or somebody's stream where somebody was like, I've got to start formatting my book and I really don't know where to start. And I was like, I know how, I just don't wanna.
Yep.
So that's why I have friends like Sako who do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Lisa. Maybe it wasn't Lisa's stream. Damn, I can't even remember.
Amber?
Maybe it was Mal's stream or
Mel. Yeah.
I don't know. I just pop in lately. I've just been popping in and out as I have like a few seconds to spare.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just like, that's why I go to people like Sako Toomey who want to do it.
Who went to do it?
And it's not that I even mind formatting books. I just don't want to format my own.
I don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
I most appreciate doing my own. Like, I do my own for fun, but when it comes to other authors, I'm like, no, you should pay me.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Of course. Duh.
That'd be great.
Like I do my own formatting, but like I don't have to.
Yeah.
I know I have people.
Yeah.
I just usually do it because it helps me save on the costs of each project. And I know I can do it. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the. Oh, sorry, the other timer is still going. Let me. Stop that. There we go. Okay. Normally, I have like a 10-minute timer and then we do another 20-minute, but we were in the middle of a conversation, Dagnabbit.
Yep, I like conversations.
Ding, ding, ding. That is the truth. I'm good for formatting for Kindle print to order my own, but not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to be the same way though about formatting. I used to be like, if I ever have to do this for any type of living, I will kill myself. But now, like for other people, when other people are like, I'll pay you to format, and I'm like, I could take on that project.
Okay.
I could actually take on that project. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. I went ahead and just bought Vellum because I figured I'd be doing formatting for other people, and I've got a series that I'm trying to write, and
Yeah, it's really just much easier to have it that way.
and honestly, like if I get like nitpicky about like bits, I can take it into InDesign or whatever and just like tweak it.
Yeah.
Hey RK, hey, how's it going? Yeah, you got Vellum too. Yeah.
Vellum is so handy.
It is so handy. Totally worth it.
Mm-hmm. It does make it really does make it so much easier. Right now, I'm still using my InDesign, but I've been considering Vellum.
I would recommend it if for no other reason. InDesign doesn't talk to KDP for some reason,
Unless you know the workaround.
which I don't.
So I had to figure out what the workaround was, and believe me, it took a long time to figure out what the workaround was. And I didn't even figure it out. I just had to go find people who had figured it out.
Yeah,
But there are issues with it not. Vellum really is the best book formatting plug and play anywhere.
yeah.
Like KDP, Ingram Spark, doesn't matter where you're trying to plug and play it at. Vellum works best.
Yeah.
Yes, Kitty. Yes, it is.
It really is. I was formatting for Amber Craft, and I was doing it in InDesign, and KDP would not accept the files, no matter how I exported it, no matter how I compressed it, or how it just, oh my God, nothing worked. And so I was just like, fine, I'll get Vellum.
It's not an easy workaround. It's a very complicated one. But you can do it. It is PETA. It's a PETA.
It's a PETA.
And I'm not talking Pocket.
Okay. Yeah. So, and Vellum has paid for itself at this point.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like the guiding star of what programs I will invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm actually getting ready to probably very shortly switch over from StreamYard and go straight with my OBS.
Is your system strong enough?
Oh yeah, with
Mine's
the new.
not.
Yeah, with the new because I just got a new mini Mac.
Ooh.
So yeah, no, with my old laptop, with my old MacBook, hell no, could have never done it in a million years.
Yeah.
But when we went to upgrade, we took, like I had my partner who's in IT, like deliberately take into consideration that I wanted to do OBS. So he looked at all the specs and
Nice.
And all that stuff, which that's a new system is all I've been holding off on for OBS. I just now have to learn how to use OBS better. I'm just real rough at it. So, but yeah, that's one of my, so that I can stop paying for.
OBS. So OBS multi-streaming is like it
It's
actually
awkward.
it multiplies the stream instead of taking one stream and splitting it. It just makes another stream.
Mhm.
So like the more ways that you try to split it, the more bandwidth it's going to take down, the more memory it's going to take, and all of that. So
Yeah, it just duplicates it, which is why you don't get any prop. He's got headphones on. He has no idea. He's working on his homework. Anyway, at least though he didn't, usually when he sneezes, he screams the word shit during the sneeze. So yeah, he's trying to be quiet. He really is. He just has no idea how loud he is.
Yeah.
Same as the roommate. They have no concept of it. But in their defense, most of the time they don't have to be quiet because my ears are turned off. But
I'm good on memory, just won't be the best on stream quality for a bit. Yeah, I gotcha.
the stream quality really is a problem, and that can be a problem, and it really has to be.
And Twitch, so Twitch doesn't like it when you are multi-streaming.
They hate it,
and including Twitch, so they'll purposely hide your stream.
They bury it.
They bury it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I don't know. I've been going back and forth on my whole idea of Twitch lately. Like I was really gung ho about
me too.
Creating a Twitch stream and like having a Twitch channel, and I've enjoyed being over there. But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep my Twitch for like watching other people and not actually streaming to it. I think I'm just gonna stick here on YouTube.
Sako on Twitch. I do drawing there. I do performance things there. That's mostly it. Yeah.
And yeah,
sometimes gaming, but very, very rarely gaming.
Yeah. But I don't really have either of those pieces. I guess if I were going to actually stream a D&D campaign or something, I might do it there.
That makes
sense. I'm not that far along with my players, first of all.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like, yeah, they're only, most of my players right now are only just now learning to play D&D. So they're really uncomfortable with their gameplay.
Yeah.
So like
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I would have to I'd have to get an experienced group that wouldn't mind being, live streamed to do it, which I'm sure I could find because, I have you, I have a billion other roleplay friends, but I don't know. I might do it in the future, but right now, I just want to focus on, I guess, my writing content for YouTube.
Yeah, writing content and stuff like that, I'm just going to keep to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my Facebook page, but why bother?
Yeah, I do get a few watchers from Facebook when I do stream to Facebook. I do get a few people that, find me there and comment and actually interact live during it. That was another reason with Twitch is I'm really not getting any interaction from it.
Yeah.
So it just seems like anyway, but with Facebook I at least get like 3 or 4 or a handful of people, a small handful of people. So I might go back there. Plus also it gives my mommy a chance to watch me on video because she No, she
Mrs.
understands.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, she understands Facebook. She doesn't quite understand YouTube. It's a little overwhelming for her.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Mint Ghost, Mrs. D&D.
I do too.
Yeah. I run 2 World of Darkness games. One, The Great Wen, which I broadcast on Saturday mornings, and then a werewolf game on Thursday nights, which I do not broadcast, but I play online. I run it online.
Yeah,
It is super fun.
I've been part of a few D&D campaigns, like virtual campaigns right now, or over the last year. And they're enjoyable. They're just not as much fun as me having my gamers in the room,
Mhm.
like all of us taking our quote unquote smoke breaks at the same time and, like stuff like that. And,
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, I, thank you, by the way, Mint Ghost, for supporting your local gaming store because I used to own one of those and it's a big deal having local, actual people come in and support it. So
I'm hoping.
I watch them on the replay, Mint Ghost. I usually don't catch them on Saturday mornings for games either, but I watch them on the replay.
Because they're kind of early.
Well, they're early for me with the 3 hour, especially with the 3 hour time change now between us.
Yeah.
But also it's Saturday morning and I don't do much on YouTube on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always miss Savvy's morning stuff. I have to catch the Morning Guru. I have to catch it on the replay every single time, which sucks because I really want to interact with Savvy and RK.
Yeah. I would. We would love to see you. I think you would enjoy it.
They're fun. I enjoy watching the Great Win, on the replay and everything. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't played White Wolf in a long time, so I never get to play it because I'm almost always the game master for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then only introduce I have newbie D&Ders. They're not ready to. I have newbie role players. They're not ready to tackle other systems yet.
I made the mistake of allowing people who had D&D experience but not White Wolf experience to come into my games. Terrible idea. Terrible
Yeah.
idea.
The problem with that is, that they consider themselves so experienced, and then they come into a role play game with a know-it-all mentality.
It's not just that. It's like, for instance, the werewolf game, right? It's Russia. It's 2020. The pandemic has happened in Moscow, Russia. And my player decided he wanted to play a Silent Strider.
Okay.
And I was like, are you sure you want to be Middle Eastern or Black in Moscow?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
It's not the most forward-thinking of places to be diverse in your appearance.
It's not like, I would be the asshole that includes racism and systemic problems in my D&D games. Right? I do that.
I do that. It's lots of people are prejudiced against dwarves in my campaigns, or heaven forbid you play a gnome.
Yeah, right. Okay, Kitty, go ahead and have fun. Yeah, Moscow is not great for those who are different. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I was like, you can be this clan, or this clan. or this tribe rather.
Mhm.
You can be any one of those 3 tribes, and even then, like, you got to play it right without
You gotta
attracting attention.
play it carefully and methodically with
Mhm,
purpose.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I miss gaming with people in person. And specifically, my people's my gamers I've collected.
Mhm. I miss
'Cause-
my gaming group.
Yeah. I really miss my gaming group. Like
Which
the on
is really annoying because, like, the werewolf game was at the request of one of my normal, like, gamers that I trust,
Mhm.
and then he dipped out on me.
It's the worst.
I was like, man, I designed this game just for you.
Now you did. Man.
Ah.
Yeah. That I've done that before. Like I've designed a whole campaign based on somebody's request and then they get 2 or 3 games into it and have to dip and I'm like, "No!"
Mine didn't even make it to gameplay.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it. Son of a bitch. I had a story for him and everything. Because you
Yeah.
did the character.
So yeah, so you were able to build the campaign.
So I was able to build the campaign, but
Yeah, I don't build a campaign until people have submitted their character ideas to me.
mhm.
And then I can be like, all right, with these ideas, I can build.
I make the campaign first, usually.
I mean, I have a general concept.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just kind of structure it based on what they're passionate to play right then.
Yeah.
Although with most of my gamers, I can figure out in advance what they're going to play because they tend to play along the same lines, with the exception of one who creates a different character and different he never fails to surprise me on what he's going to create.
All right. See you later, Jennifer. All right.
Thank you.
We
I
are just about at the 2-hour mark, and we are down to 3 watchers. I feel like it is a good time to wrap up.
probably. Hey, I made it through the whole thing.
You made it through the whole thing. All right. If you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to give us a thumbs up. If you would like to see what the rest of our journey looks like within the next 6 months or whatever, then I encourage you to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that it notifies you when we do such. And we will catch you guys on the flip side.
See you, weirdos.